Hello, friends. I'm DJ Lance Rock, and I have to say, Rock and Roll Grad School is awesome!
This is Rock and Roll Grad School with your hosts, Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling, Yankee Hotel Podcast.
Hello, kiddies. We are going to have a good time today. We are talking with Jovin Webb, who, regardless of how, do we even say that everyone's having a nervous breakdown? Are people in the future going to listen to this show and say, wow, they sound really tense?
Well, I think we should. Oh,
not a political show.
Okay, wait, no, because people might listen to this months from now. And why would we like create tension that maybe doesn't exist? Or
okay,
what are we doing?
Okay, hello, kiddies. We're going to have a real good time together. We're talking with Jovin Webb, American Idol contestant, and I feel like saying really good singer is a very, very poor description of what he does.
So let's try this one more time.
Hell, why not?
We're talking to Jovin Webb.
Yes.
Amazing singer, blues singer, talented performer who happens to have also been on American Idol.
There we go. That's a much better pitch.
Thanks.
There
also, yeah.
Also using a microphone helpful.
Yeah, you want to take it for us?
Sure.
Rockstar?
Yes. Hello, kiddies. We are going to have a real good time together. We are talking with Jovin Webb, a singer, songwriter. He's on a blues label, but he doesn't just do blues. He was on American Idol, but he's so much more than an American Idol contestant. He has his debut record out, and it is really, really good. And I feel like we don't blow smoke with people. We don't alternately hype something that we don't really enjoy. And dang it, if this guy does not have a voice to beat the band.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yes. And it's a lovely conversation. And so the record is out now, so go get that. We also need to take a brief moment and say vayos con Dios and muchas gracias to Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I'm actually really struggling. I'm very sad about Quincy.
I get that. I mean, we were texting about this the other day, that the fact that so many people just associate him with his work with Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie, and that's doing a great disservice to his full body of work and his whole career.
Which, although, like, obviously lovers of that work, clearly, which we've talked about extensively on the show, but so much more from obviously Frank
Sinatra.
My favorite theme song of all time, the theme from Sanford and
Soul Bossa Nova. Oh, yes, that one.
That one. Of all time. Like,
no, it's
one of my favorite songs of all time. I actually would put
he's going to be
way up there.
I think he's going to be one of those people where, as a culture, there's just a continual like, oh wow, he did that too. Like, just throughout the years, people realizing exactly how much he touched, how much he did. I just saw something saying, "Oh, don't forget, Quincy Jones created Mad TV."
I mean, seriously,
The
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, and
The Color
TV,
Purple, the real one.
Yeah, and that was not his day job.
No,
which is insane.
Right.
And then we were talking about the fact that from that the We Are the World documentary, whether or not he was the one who did he coin the phrase "leave your ego at the door," or is it popularized because of him writing that and putting it on the sign outside the studio?
Right.
I mean, either way, great job, no notes.
Right. Pure perfection.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a continual, like he did so much stuff. It's hard to put it into a Wikipedia article or an obit and not feel like it's just ending by going, oh, and also this and also and another thing. And then just the article fades out.
And I did cut you off for Soul Bossa Nova, but because that is,
That was
I
the joke.
mean,
Yes, I know.
like amazing Austin Powers. I mean, it's so much more than that, but that Austin Powers dance scene.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
I think it's only going to be in time that we all realize how truly great and brilliant and revolutionary he was as a person and as an artist.
right.
It's
Like I
going
think
to take a
everyone
long.
realized that he was brilliant, but I think they thought he was more of like a 1 or 2 trick pony. I think they didn't realize that he was like a 50 trick pony.
Yeah, very much so. A lot of tricks to that pony.
Yeah.
Don't know where I'm going, don't know where I've been, but the bartender knows me as soon as I walk in. Take a shot for trouble, take a shot for pain.
Congratulations on the record.
Yes.
Like
Thank you
debut
so much. Thank
album.
you.
And then to have it on Blind Pig, it seems like just another level of like, oh, this is really, really cool.
Yeah,
Well, I
Jeff
was rocking out to it.
reviving the whole thing and letting me be a part of it is definitely a privilege, man.
So in putting together this record, what were you looking for with these songs? Was there something, because they move around so much in sort of style and message, I think, or theme of some of these songs? They're all over the place. Was there sort of something you were trying to encapsulate with all of these, or what was your approach to the record?
We just wanted to come and take songs that we felt were authentic and genuine and just do them. I'm definitely a person like I don't like to be, I guess, put into a box when it comes to my music preference or where I like to sing. So that album kind of shows it as well. It kind of shows my versatility to touch on different fields as the album, plays.
No,
Oh,
and that's
go.
kind of, I think, exciting to hear too. I mean, the albums is really fun to listen to. And I think, I know a lot of musicians we talk to and a lot of musicians I know, always feel that they get pigeonholed into a box, especially starting out like later in their career, once they've proven themselves, then they're allowed to mix it up.
Yeah.
But was that a surprise to you that you were able to, with this first album, be able to kind of really be who you are and do what you want and kind of go all over the place? Did you have to fight for that, or were they like, no, just go?
No, that's the reason why I trust in Blind Pig and I felt it was okay to team up with them because nothing felt pushed, nothing felt like it was gonna push me out of my element. They let me be who I was and were kind of excited about the fact that I was kind of pushing the blues in different ways, like the rock or whatever it may be. So I think that was embraced, and that's really what led me to them.
No, your voice is, I mean, clearly your instrument, and you can do some really amazing things with it. And I completely understand what, the American Idol judges were saying when they said I could just sit here and listen to this with a glass of bourbon. And what is it that you need when you hear a song, when you see a song, when you're like, I can bring this up to the next level? Like, is there something in the melody or that you're looking for with your voice? Because the emotion contained in there is so strong. And there's got to be, what's that kind of math you have to do when you're looking at songs?
We're talking about just a song I'm listening to or a song I'm trying to create.
A song you're trying to create. Like, what are you, how far do you have to take it before you're like, I can get, once we get to this range, I'm good. I can handle this part with the voice. It will get there. But is there something, I don't know, maybe I don't know what I'm asking exactly.
Like
But
you're
like,
asking about the creative process of doing it.
yeah, like how far do you have to go before you're like, I got this, these pipes can take over?
That's to be honest, that's to me personally, that's never a case. I'm just I try to feel the same way I do at the beginning of the song, or the beginning process of writing it, or figuring out what it is, as well as the end. So I'm going into it with, hey, I like something, and I want to create something that I'm going to like, and hopefully everybody else likes as well. So I'm just, got different process of how artists make music. Some people start with the melody, some people start with the lyrics. I just feel it out there and try to see whatever comes first. If there's like a sound that I might be out, in a regular day, just hearing or something I hear somewhere, or something I see, I'll just put it on down and try to make something from that. I mean, which is not too much different from anybody else.
Yeah, I just sort of notes,
Yeah,
audio kind of recordings, that kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. Like a lot of times, I'll do that as well. Like if I'm on the go and I'm being busy or whatever, I'm like, I'm not gonna remember this riff. So I'll just get on my phone and start, and there's no words, and just get that and come home, listen to it, and like, all right, I see what I was thinking at this time. So let's build off of that.
How did this voice develop? Uh, because it is so, I don't want to keep going back to it, but like, I mean, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really place that. My voice to me has been weird to me all my life. So I can remember when my teacher was telling me it was like first and second grade. She was like, you got a little raspy voice. That's something that stuck with me. But so as I got older, of course I wanted to sing and all that stuff. But weirdly, I grew up in the '90s and early 2000s, all that stuff, all the boy bands, and you want to sing all those songs, you want to do the Ushers, the Backstreet Boys, and all that stuff, but my voice wasn't meant for that. Like I can have fun with it, and I can do all that stuff, but my voice wasn't meant for it. And 9 times out of 10, the songs that I did sound good on, even coming up, were nothing to do with that. It was Temptations, or it was Al Green, or it was just the blues, or soul, and that's what resonated with me. So it took me a long time to really realize how to use my weapons. I did choir in high school my senior year. I did multiple other things to kind of help me figure that out as well. So I don't know. I guess once I just kept going and realized the music that my voice caters to, I was able to shine.
Did you fight that? Because growing up, like you said, in that era, you don't sound like Boys to Men or any of the other, groups that were big in the 90s. Did you try to kind of fit yourself into that, or did you fight it, or were you always just like, I gotta just find what this thing works well with?
So the funny thing is, so like it's always been a back and forth tussle, like just trying to figure that out, and how I fit into it. So like I was saying, like in the '90s, you get these bands that are like that, and they're singing, and like, my voice don't match that. But what my voice did match a little more was because like my brother and sister were 5 to 6 years older than me, and we were all in the same household, so they were more '80s. So I got to listen to a lot of early '80s, well, late '80s, early '90s R&B, which a
Yeah,
lot of those artists did have those gravelly voices, like mine. Like you
for
think of
sure.
Cisco or somebody like that, the band Drew Hill. So I did have stuff like that I was able to relate to. It just wasn't all the pop. Pop is wasn't my thing.
I was gonna say, I just imagine you hearing Macy Gray and being like, that's what you do. I get it now.
Yeah, but even like venturing into rock and roll, like I've always like many different genres. And even that, like when like one of my favorite bands is Kings of Leon. And when I heard that dude's voice, I'm like, wait a minute, Who does that remind me of? So I got to hone into that and really start to I don't know, push my voice more so with rock and roll and getting that aggression out and using that gravel to hone in. So I took it from that to relate it back to the blues, to the gospel stuff, and then that's how it all came about, I guess.
Did you know that singing was what you wanted to do professionally, or did you feel that because you had this talent and you had this uniqueness about you, that it was sort of something you had to do?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm a person. I can learn things fast. I'm pretty good with my hands. Um, but I know that music is what I was here for. Like I was sent here to do music. Like if it wasn't just singing, it was gonna be me playing drums. That was my first love, playing drums in the band and stuff like that. And anywhere music is involved, I was gonna be involved. So no matter the outcome, it was gonna be somewhere in music.
It's amazing.
So you first came onto so many people's radar from American Idol, obviously. Do you find that helped you? I mean, part of me wants to say, duh, of course it did. But with your voice, it is not traditionally what you hear on that show. Not to cast a general net over the program, but like, how did it help you? Did it really get out? Did it help you kind of reach other people, to say nothing of having those three musicians guide you and give you notes on, well, here's how you do this?
So American Idol was very interesting. So I mentioned about how I like pop. I mean, my favorite artist of all time is Michael Jackson. That's not exactly my thing. If you look at American Idol, a lot of those people are definitely singing a lot of pop music. I mean, that for the general point. Um, Being a little bit older on the show and been around all those younger people and talented artists, it definitely makes you second guess yourself. But as I started progressing in the rounds and whatnot, I found myself asking, like, why am I here? Like, how am I here? All these younger kids are singing beautifully. They have so much ahead of them, and how am I here? But I had to figure out that I'm here because I'm being authentic, but I'm not trying to be what that is. I'm trying to be Jovin. So, and being myself got me far. So
Yeah. So I can imagine, as a Michael Jackson fan, being able to, did you ask Lionel Richie a lot of questions?
Oh, I wanted to, but man, when you that's when you in that moment, you can't, none of that
Of
pops up.
course.
It's
Yeah.
like, what is my name? What is my name?
Have you stayed in touch with, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, not exactly, not exactly. Those people have their own lives, and they can't be in touch with every person that was ever on the Idol. So I get it. But well, what was cool one time is like after the show and stuff, I was doing a wedding in New Orleans, and from where we was doing it was like an outside wedding. I could hear Lionel Richie at the it's like some kind of festival, and he was up to singing like all night long, and I was like, oh, that's a sign over there. But no, I haven't got to see him really since.
You should send him a copy of the record at least.
For sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm gonna have to send one to Katie, Luke, and freaking Lionel. That's a great idea.
You have to send him a copy.
Guys, it's so, do you have favorite tracks on the record? Because I mean, for me, Save Me is unbelievable.
That's what I was about to go to. That's definitely in my, I would say in my top 2 or 3 on there. If not number one, because I don't know, something about that song. It just I got to speak about a past relationships, the whole racial thing, being from Louisiana. It's getting better, but it's still there, and I can remember it from a long time. As well as getting to incorporate ideas and ideologies from my parents and how they have molded me in certain ways or just influenced me on how to be authentic. What we were just talking about, just be yourself. And so that track is like extremely personal to me as well, because I originally wrote that song in a different way, and when I brought it to Tom, he was like, "I like what you got here. Let's take the same concept and start it from scratch." So we did that, and that's how Save Me came along. Bottom of the Bottle is no, Bottom of the Bottle is my third favorite, and Drifter is my second favorite.
Okay. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. We're asking you to pick your favorite children. I understand. How
But no,
did you
but
hook?
sorry.
No, how did you hook up with Tom Hambridge? Because again, you look at the work he's done, to get to collaborate with someone like that.
Jeff from the label, he worked his mad scientist thing, and he's seen what Tom have done with so many artists, that are coming up and really bringing the blues back with, for this new generation, like, like Kingfish and Gary Clark Jr. and Eric Gales, and he has touched all those people, the Tedeschi's, and I mean, he's touched the greats. So I mean, Jeff just was like, hey, if this guy's making it work with these guys, I got somebody for him. Let's give it a try. And that was the best thing he could have done.
Oh, Heidi, you look like you're going to ask something.
I was, but every time I go, you start. So
No,
keep
go.
No, because then I just got distracted because I just was looking at your Instagram and got pulled into you with Tito Jackson. So I was so that I lost it. So go ahead.
You said Tito?
Yes, I just saw you with Tito. I was on here earlier and then I went to reopen it again to where I was, and for some reason you were with Tito all of a sudden. So it suddenly went way further back. So yes, I saw you with Tito. So how was that moment? I didn't mean to go all the way back there, but
now
Tito,
that we're here.
now that we're with Tito, I love Tito.
Yeah. That was really cool, actually. And just like I don't know, God has a funny way of bringing things to life. And didn't get to meet the king himself, but I got to meet his brother, which was really cool. I mean, somebody that grew up with the man and knew his ins and out, and it was just such a privilege. Kenny Neal, for us, he's a local legend, but he's a bigger legend than that.
Sure.
And he took me under his wing, even before I was getting ready to sign with Blind Pig, because he did some records with him, and he gave me the thumbs up. He's like, I think you can trust these guys. You're gonna be in good hands. So that helped me as well. But Kenny Neal did the Blues Fest in Baton Rouge, and he got Tito Jackson. Like I said, he worked with Kingfish, and they were a part of it. Got on stage, did my thing. They came right after, and I just had to seize my opportunity to go meet the man. So I ran up. I ran up like a fan, man. Sir.
So
and yeah, that's how that went.
Isn't it funny how sometimes, because obviously, as you talked about, some of the people you've worked with now and met, like your various heroes and, or fellow musicians and talents, like obviously we get to talk to people like you and amazing artists like you. And there are the moments that we act cool and the moments that we turn into mega fans. Do you find yourself doing that? Like sometimes you're like, I'm just going to be cool. And then the times you just revert to being like 5 years old again.
Yeah, you can only play it cool until you're not.
Right. And sometimes I don't know which way it's gonna go.
Until a Jackson enters the room.
Yeah. And then I'm like, well, all that's out the window.
Right. Like I'll be cool with Lionel, but I'm gonna lose it around Tito. I don't know.
I get that. I'm generally like a fan. If I like something, someone, I'm a fan. Like I'm gonna be that, and I don't mind. I feel like we all should like, I don't care who you are as an artist. That's somebody that you look up to. I mean, speaking of Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, looking up to James Brown, you're gonna be that way about somebody, and I I'm like that way about a lot of artists. So I fangirl a lot of different people.
Absolutely. Should always be a fan first. We
And
always
it just, yeah.
feel like, should always be like you're sitting around just talking about a mutual love of something first.
And there's got to be, some sort of wisdom imparted from them just to be in their space and their aura almost of like,
oh yeah,
breathing the same air as this person. This is insane.
It's wild. And so I got to meet Tito Jackson, but what really like made me absolutely lose my, you know what I mean? Paris Jackson sent me messages on Instagram telling me how so much she liked my music. That
would do it.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yes.
I cried. It was like past the fangirl. I was like, nope. But yeah, having this child like show love, and how does that, what?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's amazing. Completely.
So full circle, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
It's huge. That's really cool.
So you taking this record out on the road? What you got planned next? Because it's out. Everyone can find it and enjoy it and buy multiple copies for people.
Yes.
What do you got? Well, we got to get the plug in.
Yes.
But where are you heading to next?
We are finishing the year out. I'm just doing my normal grind. I sing pretty much from either Wednesday to Sunday or Tuesday to Sunday, the normal grind. And finishing out the year with that. But 2025, we have some big things coming up. We're going to be working with a couple of different promoters out in Germany, and we're going to tour a few of the surrounding areas, as well as we have another one planned, I think more in the fall, for France. And we're going to go around and tour around France. And according to Jeff, he contacted me a few days ago and told me that we might have a U.S. booking agent that's looking to get us to move around as well. So I'm praying to God that 2025 is just filled with a bunch of touring, a bunch of getting to promote my album, share it with the world. Because what I want anybody to know is that you can listen to that album, but let me do it live. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. It's not like in person.
Yeah.
No doubt. How do you that 5 nights a week? That's got to be a grind on your voice. How do you take care of it?
Oh, so
because you're talking to us here at full volume. Like it's not like you're, whispering or talking low or trying not to exert it too much.
No. It's a muscle. It's a muscle, and the more you work it out, the more resilient it is. And I've been doing this for a few years now, and really working out that muscle. And I guess through choir in high school definitely taught me the right and wrong ways to sing. And I think that was something that really helped me through my journey on Idol, and me being able to do this a lot of nights. That helped me so much while I was on Idol, because they would have people that would come talking loud, super excited, singing from the time they get up to the time they go to sleep. And then by the next day, they have no voice, and then they're crying because they can't do the audition. Well, thanks to the many avenues I went with my career, I was able to not overexert myself, use it when I need to. And that definitely helped me through the show when it was, night after night, just singing like that. And it's still a practice at this point, because I still have to know when to let on and when to let off.
Drifter, the debut album from Jovin Webb, is available right now wherever you get your music. For more information, you can find him on Facebook, facebook.com/JovinWebb, or you can find him on Instagram, where he is @JovinWebb.
You can check us out on all the various socials. Be sure to visit our website at rockandrollgradschool.com, and don't forget to leave us a review.
Today's show is produced by myself and Heidi Hegquist. Our reluctant producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thank you, good night, and may all your favorite bands stay together.
Another than who you are. Mama said, be a good man, fly straight, and you'll go far. I choose love, not hate. I've got faith, but it still hurts. We all die someday.